Inner joins restrict on both sides of the join. From both tables, it pulls only those rows that have a match. Sometimes you want to have all the rows on one side, regardless of whether there's a match or not, and that would be an outer join. So specifically, a left outer join is going to pull all the rows from the table on the left of the join, and only those rows on the right side of the join that have a match. For example, in this query, we're going to find all of the contacts, and then we're going to match that with the orders that are available. But the contact is going to show up whether or not there's an order. To see this graphically, while an inner join will select only the common intersection, the outer join will select all of dataset A plus whatever is a match in dataset B. The right outer join selects all of dataset B plus the common intersection. However, in real life, rarely do we ever use right outer joins. It's just easier to think of it in terms of select all from the first dataset plus the match, which is spelled out as a left outer join. So in this example, we are selecting every contact plus the orders and execute. Let me open this up so we can actually see. And the first set of contacts has some orders, and then a number of contacts don't have any order at all, but they're still selected. An inner join would not have selected 107 and on. This is why we're using a left outer join. Two common cases where you'll want to use a left outer join. The first is where there's a primary table and secondary table, and you want all of the rows from the primary table whether or not there's a secondary row available, such as contacts and orders. Another time when you will want to use a left outer join is when there's an optional foreign key connecting to a lookup table. An example of this in the OBX-Kites database is between order and order priority. Some orders have order priority, but not every order. Only those orders with a high priority. So it's an optional foreign key, a foreign key that allows nulls. So we want to select every order, whether or not it has a priority, but if there is a priority, we want to go ahead and select that priority so we can return that name as well. And execute. And you can see some of the orders have a rush priority, but many of them only have a null in the order priority name column. Be careful when selecting between the inner join and the left outer join. A common mistake, and I have found this in production systems when I go to evaluate them, are times when the developers have used an inner join when they should use a left outer join. I've even found this in production code from third-party applications. So be very careful to understand the schema and when to use an inner join and a left outer join.